In this video, we're going to cover one most common mistake that happens when you try to manifest. And if you are not successful in manifesting your desires, this video is for you. One of the most common questions that I get asked, Josie, I'm trying, I'm putting out vision boards, I'm meditating, I'm doing all the right things, but nothing happens. As a matter of fact, things get worse. And if I wanted something, now all of a sudden, out of the blue, I have all these problems to deal with. If you are manifesting, but you do not see results, pay attention to this video. Now, to be a successful manifester, which you can be, which you are, but the reason why you're not manifesting is because there are certain imbalances in your personal energy, in your thoughts, and especially in your emotions. Your emotional intelligence is out of balance. So let's take a look at this simple drawing here. Now understand the universal law of polarity. Polarity, that's the world that we live in. We have night and day, we have dark and light, we have, masculine and feminine. We live in the world where polarities, there's always this dance of polarities, and you cannot have one without the other. Let's say you really want something, right? So the plus would be your desire, something that you truly, truly want, right? On that scale. Let's say the plus is the area of good, okay? Good things, positive things, things that you desire, things that make you happy, right? That's within that plus. Now, the minus is things that you do not want, things that cause problems, so called evil, negativity, right? So, on the other spectrum, we have negative energy, and one cannot exist without the other. That's kind of the planet we live in. We cannot have good without evil, just like you cannot have night without the day. They are always, always, always together. And understand that your job in this world is always keep the balance. Keep on, keep your energy somewhere in the middle without invoking the extremes, without never going as far as you can on the spectrum of these two opposites. Okay, so far so good. Many people, like, I'm so good, I'm such a good person, I am always doing the right things, but why all these negative, bad things happen to me? Why am I right in here all the time? I'm in this world of positive action, positive thinking. I'm helping people. I'm trying to be a good person, but then all these negative things happen. Why? Because the farther away you are on that spectrum of, if you are good, you are going to invoke the exact opposite of that as well. So you cannot have one without the other. So our job when you're manifesting is not to tilt in any way, not to try to be good, not to be perfect, and also avoiding doing things that will lead you to destruction. I know, if we go down this path, we will be inevitably led to self-destruction. We will invoke the positive forces as well, but we also know that if we actually survive, and we can change, right? Some people who went down this path, they hit the rock bottom, and there was nowhere else to go but up, and all good things came out of that place. But most of us trying so hard to be good, to do the right things, to manifest our dreams, things that we truly want, that we tend to imbalance, to create these imbalances in energy. And when you have too much of a good, you are inevitably going to attract the same amount of bad. It's just the way it is. What I have learned, and this has been I understood it at some point in my life. Like, I knew that before conceptually. I knew it. And when I manifested, I'm so good at manifesting. But I also knew that sometimes if I wanted something and I really focused to do the right things, always be in this state of creating as much, positive energy, I also created the opposite of that: obstacles, sometimes health conditions, sometimes problems in my relationships. And I would get what I want, but it would come to me with the price of all the other things that I did not want. And then one day it occurred to me, every time when I try to tilt the scale, right? So with things that I truly want, imagine you truly want something. You will inevitably create imbalance. Creating from the place where you really want something, right? The things that you truly, truly desire, that is going to awaken some also the opposite forces. And here's the secret to manifestation. When you truly want something, it has to come from a place of neutrality. Hear me out on this. It's the place of neutrality where things are modestly good and modestly okay in the other way. Do you understand? Just by being here in the middle, you do not create these waves. You do not attract the opposites. You're not creating such a huge contrast that by the law of polarity, you begin to attract all kinds of unpleasant events and circumstances. One of the key things to manifestation is to know if you truly want something, but you have to keep yourself in the state of neutrality, the state where you are emotionally detached from what you want. Because when you're emotionally detached, you are not desperate, you're not attached, you are not creating the opposite effect of what you truly, truly want. And this is the art, it's a true secret. You can want something forever, but you are going to experience the lack in a much bigger and more painful way. When you're neutral, understand that you are a creator. Stay here in the middle. Do not sink into negative thinking, but also do not dwell constantly on, I'm just trying to be a good person. I'm trying to do, I'm trying to show the world that I am good. It's about understanding that good and evil, these the positives and negatives, they are the stories in our minds. But our emotions, when you trigger these emotions in whatever way, your emotions do not know if you are thinking positive and you are excited about a positive thing, or you are excited about negative thing. Sooner than you think, you're going to attract the opposite of what you truly, truly want. So, emotional neutrality. Learn this one simple principle. I am emotionally neutral. I still want what I want, but you will not be triggered by the external forces, by the absence of what you don't have. Let's say you're trying to manifest, let's say, a relationship, but relationship does not show up, and you feel very emotionally triggered, right? I don't have that person in my life, and that absence of that is going to again create more and more space, more and more contrast, more and more duality. So, being in the place of neutrality, being centered more or less in your present moment, and be okay with having it and be okay with not having it. Very likely that your manifestation will come to you really, really fast. That's what has been my experience. Once I stop just shifting back and forth, when I kept this neutral attitude, if it works out, great. If it doesn't work out, that's great. So, without making these shifts and not throwing away my energy, not forcing the universe to create balance, for what I have requested, balancing things before it can give that thing to me, then I became truly empowered. Being in the center, it's like, who said it? Was Wayne Dyer who said it? Be in the world, be, how's it, attached to nothing. Be interested in everything, okay? Desire everything, but be attached to nothing. When you're not attached to things, you are in the state of neutrality. You are not creating, you're not forcing the law of polarity to create contrast and more lack, more limitations, and more problems. So I hope this was helpful. Another thing I wanted to mention in terms of manifestation, why things are not manifesting, is when you want something, again, that comes from realm of the soul. If you truly want something but it does not show up, there is miscommunication between your mind and your soul. Your soul is not on the same page with you. So why? Soul is here for many reasons. One of the reasons is to clear old karma. Lessons the soul have chosen for this lifetime has something to do with the past life and the karmic events and circumstances that your soul is trying to fix here in this lifetime. So create, sort of shift negative information and replace it with neutral information. So when you are seeking something for the self alone, for the soul, it's not the most useful project, so to say, because for the soul, in order for the soul to grow, to complete these karmic lessons, they must involve other people, other souls. The other souls are part of that one soul. Your soul is connected to the souls of others. And it makes sense for the soul is to create some kind of energy exchange with others, because that soul is also in you and in every single individual on this planet. So try this. When you manifest for yourself, I want this to be mine. Let's say I want a cool car, or I want um, a house or a job or a relationship, whatever you want. But if this is not manifesting for you, your soul is literally blocking it because you are not fulfilling your destiny. You want something for self alone, which goes against your soul's nature. Want what you want. Let's say you want to have this cool car. Fine, have it. But dream as if you have it also for the good and benefit of other people. When you close your eyes, when you're doing your visualizations, imagine how this thing that you want benefits other people. How other people all of a sudden are so happy when you are there. And let's say if it's the car, then you take other people on the ride with you. If it's a house, you see people coming into your home and you see celebrations and then Christmas and all of your family together. Everyone's happy, everyone's laughing. So instead of just projecting yourself into your dream reality and simply mechanically, oh, this is the house that I want. Oh, 3 bathrooms, a nice rug, and I'll have a fireplace. And the mechanical manifestation, if it's not aligned, it doesn't align with your soul. Your soul is like, that's not going to happen. Okay. Why would you want this house for yourself? But it's almost like you're trying to convince your own higher nature, your soul, that your desires are also for the happiness and benefit of other people. Well, then you will get your soul's attention. You will know exactly, okay, your soul will tell you, okay, I like this idea. Once your soul agrees with your manifestation, it's a done deal. You don't have to worry about how it's going to come true. It will come true, and you know it. So if you're stuck somewhere along the way, manifest more good for others as well. So see whatever your desire is, and then other people involved being so happy, being just experiencing joy from your desire as well. So this is a true secret. I hope this was of service to you guys. If this is your first time on this channel, I'm Josie Krause. I'm the Angelic Medium, and here we share spiritual wisdom. Be sure to subscribe and share. I love you. I'll see you in the next video.